spread. And I welcome all our listeners and people on the PTZ that are watching us live. We have in the enclosure, for bears, we have Ted, soon coming into view here, and Honey, who is over by the gates. Honey is currently going into estrus, so she is having a little problem with the males. We have in the enclosure our two bear educators. Heidi is to my right, and on the far left is our intern, Elizabeth Geldman, and she is learning how to not only spread the foods, but to hide it so it simulates what bears have to do in the wild, as our captive bears have never been in the wild, with the exception of Lucky briefly when he was a cub, and Holly briefly when she was a cub. We can talk about that more in a little bit. It is about 75 degrees right now at the Bear Center. The falls are running. The bears are doing what they're supposed to do, which is to move around and look for the food that is being scattered for them. In the buckets, they have some cut up apples, grapes, and a little bit of peanuts, both whole and shelled peanuts. We give them the peanuts in the shell because they have to work harder to get the nut out. In the wild, the bears don't get nuts out of the shell. They have to break them with their teeth. Their teeth are made for, the molars in the back are for grinding and chewing up the grasses, and of course the canines in the front for a carnivore would be ripping into meat and getting into things that they have to for eating. Black bears aren't carnivores, they're omnivores, which means they have a diet of both fruits, vegetables, and the diets are about 10% of protein for the American black bear in this area. Their claws and their teeth are made for ripping into logs, for climbing up trees, for getting out ant pupae, which is a big treat for them because that gives them most of their protein. Also the bee larvae that are, most people think that when a bear sees a nest of bees, that they're going for it for the honey. Well, actually what they're going for, that's a nice treat for them, but what they want is those little baby bees, the pupae, and that is rich in protein for the bears. Ted Bear, to my right here, right in front of me, is a 17-year-old male. He's the biggest male and oldest male in the enclosure. Honey is over by the gates, and as I said, Honey is moving into estrus. You'll see Lucky later probably harassing her, basically. She and Lucky have a long-term relationship of not care. She's never cared for Lucky. But Lucky is very curious, and he's still in that playful 7-year-old playful bear. And he follows her, and she chases him. Elizabeth is now coming back over the fence. I still have one educator inside. And she is going to move over, and she's coming over the fence too. We have 4 ambassador bears at the Bear Center. Honey is the oldest at 18 years old. She's the cinnamon-faced black bear. Ted is 17 years old, and you can see how beautiful he is. They have not yet started shedding their coats. That will happen later in usually mid-July that starts. We also have 7-year-old Lucky, who will be out after 1 o'clock today. And Holly, who is currently our 18-month yearling, and she will be out, we think, within the next 2 weeks. She'll be joining the team of bears in the enclosure. She is currently taking some meds for some problems that we're having with her coat. But we hope to release her soon, and we think she will be a superb ambassador to our bear family. And she and Lucky and she and Ted should, once they are introduced and get along, should play a long time together. Lucky is showing a lot of interest in playing with her now. They play together between the fences, as some of you see on the pond chat. This concludes today's enrichment. I thank you for viewing us and tuning in. We know that in Ely there are other choices that you can make. We welcome you to go to the International Wolf Center as part of your visit here. But please come here. We have over 60 videos, and we enjoy the company from other countries. Once they get here, they can't believe how big this facility is. And we hope that you visit us soon. Thank you.